A woman recently who had left her husband, and she was complaining to me about the despicable thing her husband had done in this particular case. They were separated, she left, and he had a woman over, and she slept over in the bed with the father. The children, of course, witnessed it, not that they witnessed any inappropriate act, although having a woman in your bed when you're separated and even if you're divorced is despicable in and of itself. But the children reported back to mom, and the mom was so upset. Now we could talk about the details, what's happening behind the scenes, but I will tell you that this woman was not physically abused. There was no kind of abuse in this situation other than the typical, well, he abused the way he talked to me. I didn't like. He hurt me. I didn't love him. We fell out of love. He was just a jerk. Now I can agree with this woman that the guy was, in fact, a jerk. He said a lot of stupid things and hurtful things. But my response to this woman wasn't one that made her happy. I said, but if you hadn't left, he wouldn't have an opportunity to do that. And you would be there to protect your children from other decisions that you don't like. Again, we're not talking about a situation where she has to put herself in harm's way. We're just talking about a situation where she was unhappy and she left the marriage. But actually, it's funny. In this case, the woman who left was the one that had the affair. And then she was upset at the behavior of her husband. But let's put that part aside because so many of you have left your spouse. And what I'm here to tell you is that when you do that, you give up control of your children 50% of the time. You give up the ability to guide your children. And that, specifically in this case, and many, many, many others, you surrender your power, your decision making to an eventual stepmother, which in this case did in fact happen. Now that man is in a new fake second marriage with another woman, and the one that was complaining to me can't do anything about it because she doesn't get to guide their decisions for half of their life. I know that is pricking some of you. But we have got to come to a point in our society, in our what we call ourselves civilized society, where we start putting our children's needs before our own. I'm so grateful for Katie Faust and her website, Them Before Us, which actually argues this point in many, many cases, including divorce, including IVF, including same-sex parenting, and things like that. Go Katie Faust. But the premise in her foundation, her 501(c)(3), her organization, is that we have got to stop putting adult desires ahead of children's needs. And these children needed their mother and their father there. And yet, when we choose to divorce, yes, I know it's painful. Again, I have to remind you, I left my husband not once, but twice. The second time was only a month. And the one of the biggest reasons I came back was because my own daughter, at 14 years old, said to me, well, if you and dad do divorce, I guess I'll have to go live with him because I know my sister will live with you. That stunned me because prior to that, my idea was, why would you go with him? You both would go with me because I'm the better mom, better parent. And it was my realization that I would only be with my children 50% of the time that stopped me. My husband and I had to work on many, many things to fix our marriage. And again, I'm always so grateful to tell you we are going to celebrate our 43rd wedding anniversary this year. 43 years, which I would have given up, which I would have surrendered to my own needs. And it was hard. It was hard. It was painful, I'm sure, for my husband as well. It wasn't pleasant. But we had to work through stuff for the sake of our children. When you divorce, let's not even talk about the moral parts of that, the spiritual parts that says you're still married till the day you die anyway. Why would you surrender your own desires? Surrender your children's needs, I should say, for your desires. Yeah, you do cry. Yeah, that your marriage is probably really painful. I'm with you. Let me help you. I will work with you. I will grieve with you, but I'll give you strategies. But if you had to choose, if I'm sitting here crying, or I divorce my spouse and then my children sit there crying, who would you rather care for first? Whose needs would you place first, yours or your children? Now, don't forget, many of you will say to me, well, my children were happy. Yeah, well, I claim to be happy too. Back when my mother left my father the summer of my seventh grade year, I remember her asking me, but I was entering the most selfish season of my life. I was happy with my friends. My dad and I fought, so I was like, good, divorce him. I don't care. And yet here we are 43 years later, and I'm the one of all of my siblings. I'm the one that wants my parents to reconcile. I realized that what I said back as a 14-year-old had nothing to do with my eventual feelings. I want my parents back together. I want them reconciled. And I'm a 61-year-old woman. So your children may say that they're okay with it, that they want, but your children need you to heal their wounds, not be the ones to inflict their wounds. They're not telling the truth because, first of all, they're immature. They think they're telling the truth. I'm not going to accuse your children of lying, but they don't know what to do. They live in a culture that says, oh, you too now, yeah, I've been divorced, it sucks, but you got to get over it. So the children feel as if they are the broken ones because they can't get over it and everybody else does. Put your children first. Carry your cross. Oh, it is heavy. I mean, some spouses are just jerks to live with. But the rewards for you, as God said in the Bible, would be 100-fold if you could choose to carry your cross and not put it down. Don't give up on your children. Don't give up on your marriage. Don't surrender half of your time to some outside stranger to raise your children. Even if he or she's really nice, they need you. They want you. And they certainly want you and their other parent to learn to work through conflict. How else are they going to learn to do the same? Contact me if you need my help. Christine at breakfastwithbacon.com. I'm Dr. Christine Bacon. Thanks for watching this Bacon Bit. And as always, remember to live your life sunny side up.